The 2021-2022 budget debate began in the House of Assembly today, and Bahamians and residents can look forward to tax breaks. Sparks fly between two members and nursing students' protests. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lissy Bastian with your Jcn News for this Wednesday, June 2nd. Thanks for staying with us. Minister of Finance, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis leading off the debate on the government's 2021-2022 budget for the new fiscal year, which begins on July 1st. The Accelerated Bahamas Recovery Plan is the government's roadmap to economic growth, targeting social support for families and communities. Dr. Minnis revealing this morning that the public can expect more tax breaks this year, including 2 tax holidays this summer. With more, we go to our Leah Cooper.
As hurricane season rolls in, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis reminds the public to start making preparations. He says this much as he led off debate on the 2021-2022 budget this morning in the House of Assembly. Now, last year, the Minnis administration introduced legislation that permitted the Minister of Finance to provide VAT holidays up to 2 times per year for up to 30 days or for specific reasons. The government then introduced the back-to-school VAT holiday last August. The Prime Minister said that this provided Bahamian households with VAT-free shopping on a range of school supplies as they got their children ready for the new academic year, while providing millions of dollars in savings across the country and were a boost for Bahamian businesses. This year, the Prime Minister said he's once again undertaking a back-to-school VAT holiday during the month of August and for hurricane preparations.
To assist with these preparations, this year, for the first time, we will undertake a VAT holiday for hurricane preparations. And this will be during the month of July. This will assist Bahamians and residents to enjoy VAT-free shopping on a range of critical hurricane supplies and equipment. The Ministry of Finance will provide details of the dates and the items that be included in the VAT-free shopping.
The Prime Minister adds that VAT-free items are eligible inside the country from local wholesalers and retailers in an effort to encourage the public to shop at home, benefiting Bahamian businesses and employees.
So, Mr. Speaker, my message to everyone is that they should use the month of July to get their homes and businesses ready for the hurricane season. Take advantage of the savings and avoid the rush.
Hurricane season kicks off annually on June 1st and ends on November 30th. Reporting for Jcn News, I'm Leah Cooper.
Now, during his contribution in the House, the Prime Minister also blasted the opposition, claiming that its leader is more interested in scoring political points to try to boost his polling numbers, adding that the Progressive Liberal Party desperately wants to get back in the proverbial cookie jar. He says this much in response to criticisms spewed by the opposition following his budget communication last week.
Every Bahamian child knows Cookie Monster and Sesame Street. Like Cookie Monster, he has the history of reading what cookie cat. They're very greedy for cookies. They seem every time they get a chance, they attack the cookie jar with outburst. Every time Cookie Monster sees some cookies, he can't help himself. Mr. Speaker, after I put the budget communication last Wednesday, it was curious, though not surprising, to watch the response of the opposition.
Dr. Minnis explains that central to what he's labeling the opposition's knee-jerk response was the curious and jokey claim that his administration had no plan, no new ideas, no strategy for economic growth, or no big vision for the country's future. Well, to that, the Prime Minister says this.
I guess, Mr. Speaker, as they made those statements, they were looking at the mirror at themselves. I am being charitable when I label claims as jokey. I say jokey because clearly it's tied off to claimed not to be listening or was not interested as we set ourselves to put business. This is the same sad playbook, Mr. Speaker, as when the leader of opposition asked, and I quote, "Where is the science?" When we detailed our plan to save lives during the pandemic. I does not listen to or does not understand the science, given the multiple public briefings by our health experts, including our own Dr. Merson Regis, was recognized as one of the leading public health experts in our region.
The Prime Minister contends that the government's economic vision and plans were clear in the budget communication he delivered, but he says the opposition seems to not have eyes to see nor ears to hear.
I rise reflecting on the comments Angliston just whispered to me just now, saying how, as we speak, Pinewood's flooding. And all I could say is just the way you left it. And the thing about it is, they think this some joke.
It's that comment in the House of Assembly by Member of Parliament for Pinewood, Reuben Ramming, this afternoon that sparked a heated exchange between himself and Member of Parliament for Engliston, Glenys Hannah Martin. Mr. Ramming passionately seconded the accelerated Bahamas recovery plan, accused the opposition of seeing the flooding that Pinewood residents experience whenever there is a heavy downpour of rain in the country as a joke. Mrs. Hannah Martin, in response, rose on a point of order.
On a point of order, I made a comment from my seat to the colleague in his seat, but for him to say that I consider it a joke, because this member, and I can let you speak, but he's left it there for 4 years. So, just as we left it, just as you leaving it, just as you are leaving it. And now I'm sure we can hear some promises, Mr. Speaker, but I don't want the member to say that I consider the plight of the people of Pinewood a joke.
Mrs. Hannah Martin asked that the Pinewood MP withdraw the statement and that he speaks for himself and attribute to himself his own emotions over the issue. However, Mr. Ramming told the House that he stood on his comments. House Speaker Housen Moultrie intervened, noting that he had hoped this type of exchange would be avoided during this budget debate.
Since I wanted to remain on the record, Speaker, I would say it is indeed my sincere feeling that she takes it as a joke, and that is my opinion in this House today. And I am entitled to my opinion.
Honorable members.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Public Works Desmond Bannister, also on a point of order, then revealed that the current budget has some $2 million in it to start to resolve the drainage challenge that is left in Pinewood. Minister Bannister says the government is seriously committed to Pinewood and the MP to dealing with the challenges that the community has been dealing with for decades. The Bahamas Christian Council reacting to the United States Embassy flying the LGBTQI+ flag here in the capital during the month of June, as many across the globe celebrate the freedom to be themselves. The council releasing a statement on Tuesday after the embassy hoisted the rainbow flag. With more details, we go to our Tyler Simonet.
The Bahamas Christian Council deeming the United States Embassy here in Nassau hoisting the rainbow flag as a bullish agenda of forcing other nations to accept their social experiments. Yesterday, the U.S. Embassy raised the rainbow pride flag below the American flag on Marlborough Street and its chief of mission residence off Sanford Drive. They did this to honor the rights of the LGBTQI+ community here in the Bahamas and around the world. Subsequently, the Christian Council released a statement in response to this, stating that they do support the right of each Bahamian to determine their own sexual preference, as the Bahamas does not believe in the mistreatment of citizens regardless of their sexual or other orientation. However, they do not believe that foreign governments who are guests in the country should leverage their influence to promote lifestyles that are inconsistent with the ideology of our country. The statement continues that they see the position of the United States Embassy as overreaching and insensitive to the moral and ideological position of this country regarding the lifestyle of homosexuality. They contend that the Bahamas believes in the traditional family structure of one man and one woman. Hence, the decision to hoist and fly the pride flag in a country whose moral position is evident is deeply concerning and could easily be perceived offensive to many Bahamians. The Christian Council believes that all foreign diplomats should appreciate how offensive it is to attempt to impose their ideology onto other nations, as they will never stand for the Bahamas to do the same in their country. The month of June is celebrated as Pride Month in the United States. In a statement on their website, the U.S. Embassy says the United States is committed to pursuing equity for all, and in flying the Pride flag this month, it hopes to highlight the contributions of the LGBTQI+ people around the world and open a space for honest conversations about the unique challenges they face. For Jcn News, I'm Tyler Simonet.
You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.